Welcome to the virtual transfer fair for all Virginia students, sponsored by the Virginia Association of Collegiate Registrars and Admissions Counselors and StriveScan. Thank you so much for joining us. A few housekeeping announcements before we get started. You can use the Q&A button on your screen at any time to send questions to our presenters. Your camera and microphone are off, so our panelists cannot see or hear you. This is just one of many sessions taking place, so please check out the full schedule at strivescan.com/Virginia. This presentation is being recorded and will be available within about a week at the very same place where you registered. And with that, I will turn it over to our first presenter tonight, and that is the George Washington University.
Thank you. Hi, everyone. Good evening. Thank you so much for joining us. My name is Lindsay Skeens. I'm a Senior Assistant Director of Undergraduate Admission at the George Washington University in Washington, D.C. And I'm going to spend just a few minutes sharing with you some information about GW. So we are smack in the middle of downtown Washington, D.C., and we have two campuses. Our first campus is the Foggy Bottom campus. And that is within walking distance of all the things that DC is famous for. You can walk to the National Mall, the monuments, the Kennedy Center, the Smithsonian Museums. All of those are going to be an integral part of your undergraduate student experience. Our second campus is the Mount Vernon campus. It's in the Foxhall neighborhood of Washington, D.C. It's just about 2.5 miles north of Foggy Bottom, and we have shuttles that run 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. And it's in a more residential area. And it's a very traditional campus, pretty red brick buildings, green grassy space, a fountain in the middle of the quad. So you're definitely going to get the best of both worlds, a very traditional campus space and then a campus in the city as well. So our students are getting to experience Washington, D.C. in its hustle and bustle, as well as Washington, D.C. in its a little bit more quiet space. Our students are coming from all over the world. Our population represents all 50 states and over 130 different countries. Our two most popular community colleges are Northern Virginia Community College and Montgomery College, but our transferring students are also coming from all over the country. We have students from Florida and New York and lots of students from California and lots of other places. So we're very excited to have you here to learn more about how to transfer to GW. Our students for transferring, a little bit of the logistical information. We are on the Common Application, and this is the Transfer Common App. So it's different if you were applying to four-year institutions.
Lindsay, sorry to interrupt. Are you sharing your presentation?
I don't have one.
Oh, okay, sorry. The screen stopped there for a minute, so I wasn't sure. Okay.
Yep, no problem. So it is a different Common Application than if you were applying to four-year institutions when you were in high school. So you will use the Common Application for transfer. And we are looking for transcripts from all colleges that you've attended since graduating from high school. And if you have completed less than 30 college level credits at the time of application, we also need your high school transcripts. So typically our application deadlines are in the middle of a semester, October 1st if you want to start in the spring, and April 15th if you want to start in the fall. If you are in progress of 30 credits, we do still need your high school transcript, but if you have grades next to 30 credits, then we don't need your high school transcripts. We also need the college report. We need one recommendation, and then we need the essay that is also part of the Common Application. We do have scholarships available for transferring students. Members of Phi Theta Kappa, National Society Collegiate Scholars, and Alpha Beta Gamma are able to be awarded scholarships for membership in those organizations. We also have scholarships available for students who are entering into our School of Engineering and Applied Sciences. More information about our specific scholarships are available on our admissions website. A little bit more about our student experience. Our students are engaging in community service, study abroad, research, and internships. And an internship is the hallmark of a GW education. We posted over 12,000 internships last year, and our student population is about 10,000. So we have more students who, we have more internships than we have students to take them. And our students are able to do internships during the academic year because of our proximity to so many different and diverse internship sites. We do require students to live on campus for 3 years, and transferring students are among that population that live on campus. So if you are commuting from a local distance, you can apply for a housing waiver to live at home. Otherwise, we will welcome you into one of our residence halls on campus, and you'll be able to start building your community as soon as you step on campus into one of our residence halls. So that is just a little bit about GW. You can visit us at gwu.edu. And you can visit the admissions page for more information about transferring, and my email address is there as well. Again, my name is Lindsay. I'm the coordinator of the transfer process. Should you have any other questions, I would be happy to help. So I'm going to now pass it off. I think it goes to Trinity, Washington, our neighbor. And again, thank you so much for joining us, and I hope you have a great transfer process and a great rest of your semester.
Thank you, Lindsay. Sorry for that interruption. Yes,
That's okay.
Trinity Washington University is next.
Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning in today. I hope everyone is doing well and staying safe during this time. My name is Janice Williams. I'm the Director of Transfer Recruitment at Trinity Washington University. I'm just going to give you some quick information about our school. So a few fast facts: we are located in Washington, D.C., very convenient as far as transportation. We do have various methods of transportation available: the metro, public transportation as far as the bus. We also do have campus parking as well. You are able to stay on campus. We do have dorms available. However, it is not required that you stay on campus. We are the first Catholic liberal arts college for women that was established in the U.S. Interesting story: at the time, women were not allowed to attend college in the area. So Trinity was founded by a group of nuns as a way to empower women to pursue a higher education. We're a very small school. We have under 2,000 students. So your class sizes are going to be very engaging, very intimate. You'll definitely get to build a rapport with your instructors as well as your classmates as well. We're a very diverse school, about 90% minority, predominantly African-American and Latina students. We also do have a population of male students, about 5%. So Trinity is predominantly women. We do have 5 schools that make up Trinity. We have our College of Arts and Sciences, the School of Nursing and Health Professions, the School of Professional Studies, and then we have graduate programs with the School of Business and Graduate Studies and the School of Education. We do have a lot of campus resources available for our students. We want to make sure that you are excelling academically, but we also do have resources in place to help you physically and mentally as well. We have career services that'll help you with internships, resume workshops, study abroad. We do also have a lot of academic support available if you need it. We do have a health and wellness center as well as a sports and wellness center as well. We do have a very robust student life. We have sports that you can participate in. We are a Division III school. We do have soccer, basketball, softball, volleyball, and tennis. We do have a lot of clubs and organizations available for students to join, or if there is not a club or organization that you see is available, you can absolutely start one. So this is information about the College of Arts and Sciences. These are daytime women-only programs. At the top here in the larger font, these are the majors that we offer. At the bottom in the smaller font, the minors that we offer. Of course, students are not required to pursue a minor. As far as the application process, it's very easy to apply. You would go to our website and complete our application. Our application is free, so it does not cost you anything. We do not have a deadline to apply, so we do admit students year-round. As far as transferring credits, you do need to send in official transcripts from each school where you've earned college credit. We can accept up to 75 transfer credits, and you have to have at least a C or higher in your classes. We also do require a 1-page essay, and we require 1-letter recommendation. Interesting about the College of Arts and Sciences, we award a scholarship to everyone that is admitted. That scholarship ranges anywhere between $8,000 and $15,000, and it is renewable each year as long as you maintain at least a 2.0. So our School of Nursing and Health Professions, we do have a really great nursing program for anyone that's interested in nursing. Students that complete the program, we do have 100% NCLEX pass rate, so very great program. We do have the pre-licensure nursing program, the RN to BSN, also the RN to MSN. The RN to MSN program allows you to complete both a bachelor's degree and a master's degree. Same thing as far as admissions to the School of Nursing and Health Professions, free application, submit your official transcripts. They like to see at least a 3.0 or higher. Also submit a one-page essay and one letter of recommendation. Finally, we have our School of Professional Studies. These are co-ed evening and weekend programs. These are the majors that we do have available. The good thing about the School of Professional Studies, courses typically meet only one day per week for about 3.5 hours. We do also offer experiential learning as well. As adults, we understand that you may have experience outside of the classroom through work, through volunteer experience. We do have a program where you can earn credit towards your degree. Applying to the School of Professional Studies, same thing, free applications and your transcripts and an essay. As far as financial aid, I always encourage students to go ahead and apply for financial aid. It is free to do the FAFSA, and this will let you know if you're eligible for grants as well as loans. And we do have various scholarships and grants available as well. And if you have any questions, definitely feel free to reach out to me. Thank you.
Thank you. Our next presenter tonight is Troy University.
Hello, everybody. I'm going to get this all set up for you. Here we go. All right, so my name is Danielle Johnson. I'm one of the recruiters based out of Hampton Roads, Virginia for Troy University. We were established in 1887, and Troy is a public university founded in the state of Alabama. We do have 4 campuses down in Alabama that's where we have all of our traditional students. Where I work and what we promote is actually our Troy Online. So that is available anywhere you are in the world. We do aim to help our students prepare for their chosen careers. We try to offer as many programs as possible in different formats. And we do attempt to appeal to both our traditional and non-traditional students. We also have a very good relationship with the military, and we actually work well with tuition assistance and things like that. These are our accreditations. We are regionally accredited with the Southern Association of Colleges and Schools Commission on Colleges, otherwise known as SACS. And we also have specialized accreditations for our business school, our sports management program, and our nursing program. We have been recognized by a couple of different programs and rankings. Just a few, we are on Forbes, Princeton Review, US News. We are also very proud. We just became recognized as a PNGAS Guard friendly school out of the state of Pennsylvania. We do have a very popular football team, although our online students don't tend to be part of the football team. If you decide to go to traditional campus, you can actually be on the team. But we do have a very big following with our online students for those actually supporting the team, and there's definitely a lot of camaraderie when it comes to that. We are football bowl subdivision for football, and all of our other team sports are Division I. This is a picture of our support center in Hampton Roads, Virginia. It's actually in Chesapeake. This is actually where I'm based out of. The office number that you see listed on the screen right there it goes directly to our main front line. You can schedule times to come in. You could just come in. We're there from 8:30 to 5, Monday through Friday. And we are available to all students, and we are available there to help you if you are interested in getting more information. We do have a very big support. Well, there's only 5 of us, but we're there all the time. And we do have a good support staff for helping you if you need help with tests, if you're a student, help with classes, getting on the internet, working with our Canvas, or if you just need help submitting the application or with your documentation. And we are a fully funded CLEP testing center. So if you're interested in doing CLEP exams, you can actually come and take your CLEP exams with us. We're one of the few testing centers that are currently open during this time. We have been online since 1997. We are one of the few that have been on that long. And the way that we do our online timeframes is we have 5 9-week-long terms in a year. You can apply at any time for any term in the future. So we do have another term that starts up in January 4th. You can apply anytime from now until then for that particular term. And of course, if you want to do further in the future as well. And we do try to give a very comprehensive competitive education, and you can do it anytime, anywhere. We have students all over the world. So you never have to be on at a certain time or try to do anything at a certain time. We give you time frames in order to submit things and to get things uploaded. You also have the freedom to complete the degree at your own pace. You don't have to take classes every term. It's completely up to you. With undergraduate, we cap you at taking 12 classes, or I'm sorry, 12 credit hours. So 4 classes per term. Or if you're a graduate, it's 6 credit hours or 2 classes per term. But we want to be able to fit into your schedule versus you trying to work your schedule around us. Not going to go into all of our degrees. We have quite a few. So we do have an associate's degree, 29 options on bachelor degrees. We do have an undergraduate certificate on digital forensics. We have 58 options on master's degrees, 5 doctorates, and 12 graduate certificates that are all 100% online. If you're interested in getting the full breakdown of all the classes and degrees we offer, I'm more than happy to get you either the list or get you onto our website. You can find it at troy.edu, and in the at the very top, click on online, it'll take you right to the program. Tuition rates, undergraduate is $338 per credit hour. Graduate is $494 per credit hour. There are scholarship opportunities available, but these are just the baselines. There are application fees that we have. Undergraduate is $30, graduate is $50. And it is, but those are the only fees that you will ever have to pay that's on top of the credit per credit hour. So after you pay the application fee, it's literally just how many credits you're taking times the cost per credit hour, and that's how much you would owe for that particular term. Admissions process, this is mostly just for our undergrad. Graduate level is a little bit more substantial, but you basically just submit your application through troy.edu. You will have to submit all your college transcripts, and you will have to, if you've completed less than 12 credit hours of college coursework, you will need to submit your official high school transcript as well. And you do have to have a minimum GPA of a 2.0. We do also offer currently, for the COVID, we're doing a waiver for ACT and SAT scores. We do have some scholarship opportunities. This particular one is for our military family scholarship. So this is for military active duty or reservists or their families. It drops the cost per credit hour, both undergrad and grad, to $250 per credit hour. And then we do have the online transfer award as well. If you have a 3.0 GPA and you don't live in Alabama, you could get $1,500 annually. These are my contact information for me and my coworkers that work out of our Hampton Roads office. Please let me know if there's anything we can help you with, and I look forward to working with all of you. Thank you so much and have a wonderful night.
Thank you. Our next presenter is UNC Charlotte.
All right, good evening, everyone. I'm just going to work on sharing my screen here. Okay. All right, so my name is Caitlin. I am one of the transfer admissions counselors at UNC Charlotte, and I greatly appreciate you all tuning in tonight. So with that, a little more information about UNC Charlotte. We are one of 16 public institutions within the UNC system in the state of North Carolina. We have several designations. So we are classified as North Carolina's Urban Research University, urban because of our close proximity to the city of Charlotte, and research because of the opportunities that we actually offer a lot of our undergraduate student population to participate in at the university. So urban research, each university within the UNC system is kind of given a certain nickname and classification, and we are designated as the Urban Research University. We are North Carolina's largest transfer institution. We actually bring in more transfer applicants each year than we do in terms of enrolling our freshman class. So when you're on our campus as a current student, about 50% of our total student population are transfer students. So when you're standing in line at Starbucks or on our campus, or you're standing in line at the bookstore and you have a student behind you and in front of you, there's a good chance that one of them, a 50% chance that one of them is also a transfer student, even if you don't have a big T on your forehead for transfer at the university. So with that, UNC Charlotte is also the second largest institution within the UNC system. So we're pretty proud of that. We sit at just 30,000 students, just above 30,000 students. And so we just were designated this past fall as the second largest institution. And so again, that's something we're super excited about. And then I think our close proximity to the city of Charlotte is another thing that sets us apart. So being so close to the city of Charlotte, like of course our address and even our name says we're in the city of Charlotte, and we are. We're just not located in downtown or what we call uptown Charlotte. So we are not located in the center city of Charlotte. We are actually approximately 9 miles, about a 25-minute drive from the center city of Charlotte. We do have a light rail on our campus that actually connects our students to the center city, and it also connects the center city to our campus. So when we talk about employers recruiting our students, they'll use that light rail, which is kind of an above ground subway. If you're kind of familiar with the New York below ground subway system, ours is kind of an eco-friendly train above ground subway system called the light rail. And like I said, it does connect our students to the center city of Charlotte, giving them all the opportunities for jobs, internships that the city of Charlotte has to offer. So our students are so our campus is very new and modern. Within the last 7 years, we've built 22 new buildings. And this is something, once again, our students are excited about. They're excited that our campus is growing. The city of Charlotte itself is growing, and I think our campus mirrors that. So we've built a new hotel and conference center that's currently being built on our campus, as well as a new science building also currently being built. However, in the past year or so, we've actually built a brand new university recreation center that has an indoor pool, outdoor pool, floating walking track, and then just brand new state-of-the-art workout equipment for our students. A new admissions center that we're super excited to be in. So lots of growth on our campus. And again, that's something our students are excited about. The other thing our students are excited about is how diverse our campus is. So our students are coming from 49 of the 50 states. 40% of our student population self-identify as coming from a racially diverse background. And that percentage doesn't even include our additional 2,000 international students from various different ethnicities as well. So our campus, like I said, very new and modern, and also very diverse. And that's something our students are excited about. So 30,000 students strong. What that looks like in the classroom for our students, our average classroom size is actually 35 students, which I think for 30,000 students is a relatively good number, with our student to faculty ratio being 19:1, meaning that for every 19 students we have on our campus, there is one faculty member to represent those 19. So with the average classroom size, there are certainly going to be larger classroom spaces on our campus. I just want you to keep in mind that as a transfer student looking to transfer to UNC Charlotte, more than likely the classes that you're taking prior to transferring are going to be what's considered to be our general education curriculum. So some sort of math, Englishes, sciences, history classes even. You're getting kind of the general education classes out of the way and then transferring to the university. And so with that, our larger classroom spaces, because regardless of your major, everyone has to take some form of general education classes. Those are the classes that typically are larger in size. So if you're a student and 30,000 seems like a lot to you, and even maybe a classroom size of 35 seems a little daunting to you, just keep in mind that as a transfer student coming in, you're definitely at the advantage, and you can expect to see 35 or fewer in terms of a classroom size sooner rather than later, especially in your major specific classes starting your junior and your senior year. That being said, some of our programs like our architecture, our art, nursing, and even our engineering programs, so engineering with the laboratory spaces, nursing also with those clinical lab spaces, and then our art and architecture students with their specific studio spaces can definitely expect to see much smaller classroom spaces as well. So just keeping in mind, classroom spaces are also going to vary depending on your major. We do have 171 majors at UNC Charlotte, with some of our more popular ones definitely being engineering, business, computer science, nursing, but also even psychology, biology, criminal justice, political science, communication studies at UNC Charlotte are all popular transfer majors that we see a lot of our students transferring in with interest. So moving right along, kind of give you an idea of what it takes to transfer to UNC Charlotte, a competitive application looks like. When we're reviewing your application, what we're looking for is that you have at least 24 transferable credit hours, that you have at least a 2.0 college GPA, and that you're in good academic standing at your most recently attended institution. So those are the three things we're looking for. Of course, we also want to see that you've done some type of college level math. This could be in high school, or we would like it to be college level, but it could also be high school. We're just looking for math proficiency. And so with that, it's not necessarily a requirement, but it is strongly suggested that you have it prior to transferring. And that's just because honestly, math can sometimes hold you up to degree completion. So when we're looking at things like engineering, computer science, business, where they have a higher level math, the more math you can transfer in with, honestly, in terms of degree progression, the better off you'll be. And then just keeping in mind that the 2.0 24 hours is kind of our minimum admissions requirements for some of our competitive majors, like those that I mentioned earlier of business, computer science, engineering, nursing. They have much higher admissions requirements. And so definitely encouraging you to check out our website, which is listed on the top right-hand side of the screen, admissions.uncc.edu/transfers, for those additional major requirements. Our application deadlines, all of our 2021 applications are open right now. So if you're interested in applying for spring 2021, which starts this upcoming January, we actually are still, our application is still open. We're still accepting applications, and that deadline for your online application and application fee is actually going to be November 15th. And then your high school and college transcripts are all due no later than December 1st. And so we definitely don't encourage you to wait until those deadlines. But again, if you're a student right now and you're like, is it too late to apply for spring? It is not too late. Go ahead and get that application in for spring. That being said, our summer 1, summer 2, and fall applications are all out there right now. Just keeping in mind that those deadlines, again, also posted on our admissions website. If you want to apply for fall 2021, that deadline for your application and application fee is July 1. And then technically your high school and college transcripts due July 15th. So just keeping those deadlines in mind there. To complete your application, we need that online application, that application fee, that official high school transcript, and then your college transcript. And something I like to mention with the college transcript is, if you've attended multiple schools, we need a transcript from every previously attended institution. So it's not just your most recent, it's actually all of your previously attended institutions, so that we can calculate a cumulative college GPA upon your application to UNC Charlotte. For the high school transcript, I know it's not necessarily across the board that every school requires a high school transcript, but just keeping in mind that for UNC Charlotte, if you have 24 or more transferable college credit hours, then the high school transcript is still required, but we're not reviewing it for your high school performance. So your high school weighted and unweighted GPA is not necessarily being considered in our review process. It's merely just a proof of high school graduation. Now, if you have less than 24 transferable credit hours and you're applying as a transfer student, that's when we actually could potentially take into consideration your high school performance and your SAT or ACT test scores. but your SAT and ACT test scores are not required if you are a transfer student applying with 24 or more transferable credit hours. And then lastly, just the volume of applications that we receive, we do ask that from the date your application completes, meaning we have all 4 of those things on the right-hand side of the screen. We do ask that you allow.
Thank you. Our next presenter will be University of East London.
Hello, everybody. I'm going to just quickly try and get my screen shared here. Perfect. Hi, everybody. My name is Felicia Werner, and I'm here with the University of East London. And when I say East London, yes, I mean London, UK, Britain, afternoon tea London, Big Ben London, that London. As I go through the slides, if you do have any questions, as you'll probably notice from my very non-British accent, I am originally from North America. I was actually an international student at the University of East London, ended up loving it so much that I ended up staying. So if any students do have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. I'm happy to answer those questions as well from a student experience and also from a recruitment officer experience. So London, a little bit about London, looking at your kind of college destination city. They say when a man is tired of London, he is tired of life. And this is something that really resonates, I think, with a lot of students and a lot of people that live in London. They say that you can live in London for 10 years and do something different every single day. You have access to everything you could possibly imagine. So you can do anything from pop-ups to restaurants to theater to museums. Really, London has a little bit of everything for everyone. So a little bit about studying actually at the University of East London. So the University of East London is considered a public university. For our US students, we like to kind of say we're the equivalent of like a state university here in the UK. And we have 3 campuses located across 2 different locations. So we have the Docklands area campus, and we have 2 campuses based in Stratford. For those of you who don't know where Stratford is, it's, if anybody watched the 2012 Olympics, it's where the Olympic torch was held. So that kind of general area in the Olympic Park. While the university's roots can be traced back to 1892 as a technical institute, we were actually established in 1992. So by UK standards, we are considered a modern university. By our student population, we have about 17,000 students. By UK standards, we're massive. By US standards, we would be considered a mid-sized university. And one of the great things about our, to be fair, one of my favorite things about the university is our diversity. So we actually have 20% of our student population is actually considered international. Now, one of the things that I say about that number is that it doesn't actually include all of our EU students and also how, and all of our British students who are also very diverse and come from many different countries. So I think we have over 132 different countries represented on our campus. Across our school, so you can imagine that being the kind of like the equivalent of a state school, we have a wide range of degrees and subject areas in a broad spectrum. So these are all encompassed within 6 schools. So our schools, we have our School of Education, we have our School of Business and Law, we have our School of Health, Sport, and Bioscience, our School of Arts and Creative Industries, Architecture, Computing, and Engineering, and our School of Psychology. So a little bit, just I guess to kind of familiarize you a little bit with kind of the UK education system, because it is a little bit different than what you would expect in the US. So one of the key things to remember is that we are, from our side, we are actually on the Common App. So while we are a British institution, we have Americanized ourselves a little bit just because we have had so many US students come over and study with us, as well as transfer students come and study with us. One of the nice things about it is that our application is free. So I do always tell students if you have the opportunity, apply. It doesn't cost you a thing. And who knows, maybe we'll be seeing you in London the next fall. The second thing is that we work off of a rolling admission. So that's a little bit different than some of our US institutions. And this is something that the UK universities do specifically for international students. So what that means is essentially you can actually apply. And once you apply, you'll actually receive a decision on your application within 2 to 4 weeks. And the reason for that is that we like to give our international students as much time as possible to be able to make that transition overseas, because we know that it is a big leap of faith. You're not just going to study in a different country, you're going to go study in a different continent. The other biggest difference that you'll find with us and studying with us is that all of the undergraduate degrees here in the UK are actually only 3 years instead of 4. So the reason for that is not because we take 4 years of education and squish it into 3. The reason for that is that in the UK, we do not have any general education courses. So if you are looking to study, say, business, you will be studying business from day one. Now, I'll talk a little bit about that, what that means for our transfer students. What that means is, so when you're looking to transfer over, the courses that you will be able to transfer over will be the ones that are kind of more degree related. So if you're looking to study, say, let's just use business as an example. If you are looking to study business, we will only be able to transfer over the courses that are related to business subjects. Again, it's not because we don't want to accept any of your other courses, it's just we can't, because we just don't have an equivalent to that. A little bit about our tuition fees. So our tuition fees at the moment are about $17,000 US per year. Keep in mind that depending at what year you transfer over, you'd only be paying, of course, 2 years of that tuition fee, and our books are free. So we actually offer all of our books online. So if you are okay with reading all of your books through your screen, if you are a paperback person, we do also encourage students just to kind of go purchase the books that they would need and are kind of would like to highlight. And in total, of course, what you would be looking at would be for your entire tuition, depending on when you would transfer over. If you come into the first year, your entire degree would be about $51,000 US, and that's for the entire degree and your books. So transferring to UEL, a couple updates for you guys. I know we're running a little shorter on time, so I'll try and blast through this as much as possible. So in order to transfer to the University of East London, we require a minimum of a 2.5 GPA. When you submit your application, please ensure to include a copy of your official transcript or your unofficial transcript. We do offer 2 different types of entry. So depending on how many courses you've taken and how many actually match our first year or second year, you could potentially come into our second year, or some students have actually even been fortunate enough to be able to come into our final year, so you can actually get your degree within 1 year, which that means that if you did the 2 years of a community college, you would actually get your degree within 3 years. And of course, one of the things that we really love about the University of East London is that you don't actually just get access to a fantastic education, international education. You get access to, say, having international work experience, because a lot of our students will do some type of work placement or internship. So you can say I have international work experience, and you also get to access Europe. Our students, it's very common to have them say things like, oh, I'm going to Barcelona for the weekend, or oh, I'm going to go to Paris for the day, just because they can. And you can get flights starting at just $20 round trip, which I've personally experienced as well. And it's probably one of my favorite things about living in London. That's a picture of our campus. As you can see, you can actually, we have our own tube station, as well as we're right along the water and have an actual campus feel. Like I said, I know we've kind of run out of time. So if you do have any other questions, please don't hesitate to contact us at americas@uel.ac.uk. We do have a lot more information, and I know I'm kind of flipping through the slides here a little bit quicker, but that's our information. Do feel free to reach out to us. I'd be more than happy to talk to you a little bit more about that. Thank you.
Well, thank you so much to all of our presenters tonight. Thank you for joining us. When this window closes, there will be a link to a quick 4-question survey. Please fill that out. We would appreciate any feedback. This is just one of many sessions, so sign up for more at strivescan.com, and you will also be able to find this session within about a week at that same website. Thank you, and have a great evening, everyone.